Once, they were the staunchest of allies. President Donald Trump and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene united at the heart of the MAGA movement. Their bond was forged in the fires of political upheaval, as both rose to prominence by challenging the status quo and rallying a passionate base. Together they became symbols of a new, combative era in American conservatism, their names often mentioned in the same breath at rallies and in headlines. Greene's rise was built on fierce loyalty to Trump, echoing his rhetoric and championing his agenda. She was seen as one of his most vocal defenders, never hesitating to back his policies or amplify his message, no matter how controversial. Her unwavering support earned her a devoted following among Trump's base, and she quickly became a fixture at MAGA events, her presence a testament to the movement's unity. Their partnership seemed unbreakable, a spectacle of mutual reinforcement that defined the post-2020 Republican Party. At every turn, they appeared side by side, projecting strength and solidarity. For many, their alliance was a sign that the MAGA movement was not just surviving, but thriving, even as critics predicted its decline. But now, that alliance has shattered. The once solid front has given way to open discord, with both sides making their grievances known. The political world is left to wonder, how did such a powerful partnership unravel so quickly? What began as a policy disagreement has spiraled into a public feud, with sharp insults and high political stakes. The dispute has spilled out from closed-door meetings onto social media and cable news, where every word is scrutinized and every gesture analyzed for deeper meaning. Greene has crossed Trump publicly, challenging his authority on a matter of intense public interest. Her statements have surprised even her closest allies, signaling a willingness to break ranks and assert her own vision for the movement's future. The shockwaves are shaking the core of the MAGA movement and the Republican Party. Supporters are left divided, some rallying behind Greene's boldness, others condemning her for what they see as betrayal. The party's leadership is scrambling to contain the fallout, wary of further splits. For years, loyalty to Trump was the ultimate currency. Crossing him meant political exile. Few dared to challenge his dominance, and those who did often found themselves marginalized or forced out of the spotlight. Trump's influence shaped the party's direction, and his endorsement could make or break political careers. Greene's defiance is unprecedented, raising questions about Trump's grip on the party he remade in his image. Is her rebellion a sign of shifting power dynamics, or simply a personal clash destined to fade? Political observers are watching closely, searching for signs of a larger movement within the party. Is this a singular act of rebellion, or the start of a broader fracturing within the movement? The answer could determine the future of the Republican Party, as factions vie for control and the base grapples with its identity. The story of their fallout is a test of a political empire facing its most significant internal challenge. As the cracks widen, the world is watching to see whether the movement can withstand the pressure, or if this is the beginning of a new era of division and uncertainty. The MAGA world is watching. Will it hold or break apart? The next chapter in this political drama is about to unfold, and its outcome could reshape the landscape of American politics for years to come. The feud's catalyst? The Jeffrey Epstein case. Greene, one of 4 Republicans siding with Democrats, demands the full release of DOJ files on Epstein, framing it as a moral imperative. She accuses Trump of suppressing the files to protect powerful elites, calling it a betrayal of his populist promises. Trump dismisses the controversy as a partisan hoax, investing political capital to block the vote. His allies warn that releasing the files would be reckless, while Greene insists it's the ultimate test of draining the swamp. This isn't just about one vote. It's a battle over the movement's soul. Is MAGA about exposing corruption at any cost, or protecting the party from attack? The Epstein files have become the fault line fracturing their alliance. Trump responded to Greene's defiance with a full-scale political assault, unleashing a barrage of tactics designed to send a message not just to her, but to the entire Republican Party. His approach was swift and calculated, demonstrating his signature style of turning personal disputes into public spectacles. He withdrew his endorsement for her 2026 re-election, a move that sent shockwaves through conservative circles and signaled that dissent would be punished without hesitation. For Greene, losing Trump's backing meant more than just a political setback. It was a public rebuke from the movement's most powerful figure. Trump didn't stop there. He took to social media, branding her wacky Marjorie and labeling her a traitor, accusing her of betraying the Republican Party's core values. His words were sharp, designed to sting and to stick in the minds of his followers. He threatened to back a primary challenger in her district, making it clear that anyone who dared to cross him would face political consequences. This was more than a warning. It was a demonstration of his willingness to reshape the party in his own image. The message was unmistakable. Loyalty is non-negotiable. In Trump's world, allegiance to his leadership is the ultimate test for any Republican hoping to survive. Trump's strategy is classic: discredit, isolate, and rally the base against her. By turning Greene into an example, he hopes to deter others from following in her footsteps. By questioning Greene's sanity and conservative credentials, he aims to strip her of her MAGA identity and cast her as an outsider. The attack is personal, but it's also deeply political, targeting the very foundation of her support. The effectiveness of this attack will test Trump's continued dominance over the party. If he succeeds, it will reinforce his reputation as the ultimate power broker in Republican politics. But if Greene withstands the onslaught, it could signal a shift, a sign that Trump's grip on the movement is loosening, and that new voices are emerging to challenge his authority. The outcome of this battle will reveal the true limits of his power, and perhaps reshape the future of the Republican Party itself. The party is watching closely, knowing that what happens next could define the next era of conservative politics in America. Greene hasn't backed down. Instead, she's escalated. She accuses Trump's attacks of endangering her life, citing a surge in death threats and hiring private security. Greene claims Trump's aggression is meant to intimidate her and others considering the Epstein vote. She's called him a traitor and disgrace, a stunning reversal from her previous loyalty. Drawing parallels to Epstein's victims, she frames herself as standing up to abuse of power. Yet Greene leaves the door open for reconciliation, expressing hope for peace while reaffirming support for Trump's broader agenda. She's walking a tightrope, rebel and loyalist, risking exile but refusing to yield. Her defiance is a test. How far can one push back against the king? The answer could reshape the movement. The Trump-Greene feud is more than personal. It's a civil war within MAGA. The base is split. Trump loyalists see Greene as a traitor, while her supporters view her as a principled truth-teller. For some, unity behind Trump is paramount. For others, exposing corruption matters more than loyalty to any one leader. The debate rages online and at dinner tables nationwide. The feud is a proxy war for the movement's soul. Is MAGA a personality cult, or an ideology that can outlast its founder? The answer will determine the future of American conservatism. The stakes are existential. The movement's unity and its future hang in the balance. Trump's most potent weapon is the Rhino label, branding Greene as a traitor to the cause. For years, she was the anti-Rhino crusader. Now, Trump turns that charge against her. The accusation sows confusion. If Greene can be a Rhino, who's safe? Greene fires back, calling Trump the real traitor for protecting elites and betraying MAGA's anti-corruption promise. The war over loyalty exposes the tension in a movement built around one man. When leader and base clash, who's the true believer? The Rhino label, once a tool for unity, now threatens to fracture the party. The battle for the soul of the GOP is on. The outcome will define what it means to be a Republican. The feud has real-world consequences. Greene alleges Trump's attacks have led to death threats, forcing her to hire security. She accuses him of weaponizing his online following to intimidate dissenters. The conflict is no longer just political, it's personal, even dangerous. Greene likens her fear to that of Epstein's victims, casting herself as a target of bullying and intimidation. The episode is a stark warning about the dangers of inflammatory rhetoric. When political fights turn personal, the threat of violence becomes all too real. The White House's silence only deepens the concern. The precedent set here could haunt future political battles. The Epstein fight exposed deeper policy rifts between Trump and Greene. Greene has criticized Trump's focus on foreign affairs, arguing for more attention to domestic issues like healthcare. She's broken with him on foreign policy, opposing his outreach to Syria, support for H-1B visas, and military aid to Ukraine. Greene's stance on Israel and Gaza puts her at odds with the party mainstream. These aren't minor disagreements, they're fundamental ideological divides. Greene is positioning herself as the voice of a purer, more isolationist America First. The feud is about more than loyalty. It's about the future direction of the movement. The kindling of policy discontent was there all along. Epstein was just the spark. As the dust settles on a week of public clashes and private maneuvering, the future of Trump and Greene's relationship hangs in the balance, shrouded in uncertainty. Their once solid alliance now stands at a crossroads, with both sides weighing the costs of continued conflict against the potential benefits of making amends. The political world watches, wondering if this is a temporary rift or the beginning of a permanent split within the MAGA movement. Both have compelling reasons to seek peace. Greene's political future is deeply tied to the MAGA base, and Trump, as the movement's figurehead, risks fracturing his own coalition if the feud drags on. For Greene, reconciliation could mean survival in a party where loyalty to Trump is often the ultimate litmus test. For Trump, unity is essential to maintain momentum heading into the next election cycle. Greene has dropped hints that she's open to reconciliation, perhaps hoping to mend fences before the damage becomes irreparable. Yet, the wounds inflicted by personal attacks and public accusations may run too deep to heal quickly, if at all. The tension is palpable, and every gesture is scrutinized for signs of thaw or escalation. Trump's public commitment to backing a primary challenger against Greene has raised the stakes, making any retreat or compromise appear as a sign of weakness. His reputation for never backing down is now being put to the test, and his next move could redefine the boundaries of loyalty within his movement. Greene's accusation that Trump endangered her life marks a dramatic escalation, a line that, once crossed, is nearly impossible to uncross. The personal nature of the dispute has transformed a political disagreement into something far more volatile and unpredictable. Even if a truce is eventually called, the trust that once existed between them is shattered. Any peace that emerges will be fragile, a cold peace at best, with both sides wary and watching for the next betrayal. The scars of this conflict will linger, shaping their interactions and alliances for years to come. The Republican base now finds itself at a crossroads as well. Will they remain loyal to Trump, the architect of the movement, or will they rally to Greene's cause, seeing her as a new standard-bearer for their frustrations and hopes? The answer could reshape the party's identity and direction. This feud is more than a personal spat, it's a stress test for the future of MAGA itself. The movement's unity, resilience, and ability to weather internal storms are all being put on display for the nation to see. The outcome will send a message to every faction within the Republican Party. Whether the path ahead leads to reconciliation or rupture, one thing is certain: the movement will never be quite the same. The choices made in the coming weeks will echo far beyond these two figures, shaping the future of American conservatism. The aftershocks of this conflict will ripple through American politics for years to come, influencing elections, alliances, and the very soul of the Republican Party.